Alright, so, well, before the video starts, look how clean these things are. Today's gonna be hard getting dirty, but, I had a 18-inch rear wheel on this bike for, I don't know how long I was riding with it, but for a long time, and so finally I got a 19 just because I hear that they perform a lot differently, and so I haven't ridden this track with the 19 wheel. I went free riding on it once, so I know how this track feels with an 18. So I'm gonna go out with the 19 and see how that feels, and then do a comparison. Well, not a comparison, but just tell you guys how it feels, so you know which one is best for you. So yeah. This corner you can obviously see. I guess some guys went mudding in it, but yeah, there's like a big hole in it, so I can't really tell if it's easier or harder, just because it's not. I've never ridden it like this before, but yeah. All the other corners though, it seems like I can get lower in, and I remember hearing that from lots of people. And whipping seems a little easier. I don't know if it's just like because I'm thinking about it, but I can whip the other way that I'm used to easily. So I don't know. Oh, that was a bad example. Another thing I guess I can say is a lot of enduro guys use the 18s just because there's more sidewall, so there's like more of a cushion for rocks. And I already did a rocky trail. I guess I'll go do it again, but it didn't feel that much different. This is a brand new tire and the other one's kind of bald, so that's probably is playing a difference. I'm kind of out of breath. But I'll go do some rocky trails so I can actually compare it on video. I think the 18 definitely is like a softer ride for rocks. The rocks though, it does feel like a little harder impacting, I guess, if that makes sense. Like when you hit a rock, you can feel it a little harder. The 18 definitely cushioned that a little, I think. So that's what everyone says, I guess, like better for cornering and not as good as rocks. But I mean, it still handles just fine through rocks, and I was cornering pretty decent with the 18. So, and I don't ride much. Well, I kind of do ride a decent amount of enduro just because there's a ton of trails around my house. But the 19 is kind of, from what I've heard, it is better for my riding style, like just jumping and kind of tracks, I guess. So that's why I got it. But in the original case, why I got the 18 is they're actually sold out of all the 19s on Rocky Mountain. So we went with the 18 just because it was the only one they had. And so like a year later, got a 19, and so now I got both. You can see my shadow. But now I got both, and so I think I'm gonna set up a paddle tire on the 18 just so I can go back and forth pretty easy. So that's as much as I've noticed. I guess I'll go back and do some more track riding. So yeah. It's a little sketchy. So you kind of have to hit it. So it's just sketchy that way. Alright, so just got done riding with the new 19-inch rear wheel, and it's hard to tell just because that far corner is so messed up. I can't really get a good comparison, but it does feel like it's easier to get lower in the corners. Like instead of just standing up, it's easier to get lower. So that's what I've heard about these 19s, is like that's what everyone says. The 18 isn't as good for corners. So yeah, I guess the 19 definitely does make it easier. It's not that bad through rocks. It feels like it's a little harder, like just the impacts of the rocks, but it's nothing crazy. And then next was whipping. Now, I'm not the best at whipping anyways, but it felt maybe a little easier because I was actually going the other way, because normally I whip this way. So I was doing some that way, and it was actually really easy. So yeah, I guess that's easier. So I'll probably put a paddle tire on the 18 just so I can have two. But yeah, so I don't know if anyone will actually get use out of this video. So if you do, leave a like. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Subscribe if you're not, and I'll see you in the next video.